Okay, figured I would try something new, just for the sole reason that at the moment, Space Marine 2's performance issues are really making it difficult to play, at least for today. I was going to try out the Vanguard class and get some gameplay of that. Post it up, since I have not tried Vanguard yet in Operations, the PvE mode, but first attempt trying it, and with the way the performance issues right now going on with it, man, I fell pretty quickly in the first 5 minutes or so of the first mission, and I just called it quits. I'm kind of done with it at the moment, so I figured change pace and go to a game I've been playing for. I don't know how long I've been playing Warframe for, but I am a closed beta player, so there's that. But I don't remember. I know it's been over 10 years now, but yeah, I've been playing this game for a very long time. Although I've been on and off with this game for a very long time as well. I think my longest hiatus from Warframe was, I want to say, almost 3.5 years, and this was shortly after the release of Necros, the Undead Warframe. Soon after that, I kind of just called it quits for all, just because they went back on. It was a live stream from years ago, which was also talking about the release of Necros at the time. They wanted to reduce the amount of farming that this game has, and I'm sure anyone and everyone is familiar with Warframe and its gameplay loop, especially its crafting mechanics and the grind. Ever since, from the time of Necros to now, the grind has only gotten more complex. So now, Warframes today, especially the Primes, I think the Primes are still relatively easy to farm for. It's the base frames that are kind of difficult, because now most of these frames require very specific resources, very specific locations that they'll drop. Sometimes they'll increase the drop rates during an event, and a lot of these times I've missed out on those events, and that's what kind of drew me away from the game. But the gameplay itself, the gameplay loop, is extremely fun. This is the gameplay you're seeing here is I think it's called Alchemy, or I think that's the map. I keep forgetting what this is called, but it is a void fissure, which allows me to get relics allows me to use relics to get all sorts of prime weapons and gear and warframes to craft. I mostly just do these just because, as you can tell from the gameplay, it's very hectic, but this is also mid-tier gameplay, so level 60, level 65. I'm using one of my favorite frames from the past couple years, Protea. I'm actually using her prime version, and she is one of my favorite frames so far. I love her gameplay loop. The thing that got me having to figure out the most was how to use her ult properly, but then I just recently got I can't remember a lot of these mechanics. Augments, that's what it's called. I got an augment for her turret, which is her second ability, and it attaches to her when we do the ult, and allows me to run around the map as fast as I can, getting in all this damage, and then when the ult ends, it gets that nice explosion. So it comes in handy a lot in this mode. But besides that, so Warframe, apart from Smite, Warframe and Smite are my two most played games, although I have more consistent playtime with Smite. I do have a lot of the Warhammer games. I do have Warhammer, Chaos Gate, Demon Hunters. I've got Vermintide 2, Darktide. I don't play Darktide a whole lot. I've actually been playing Vermintide more often than Darktide, just because it's a more fleshed out game, although Darktide did have an update come out recently. I do have to go and check it out. It's a special event for the Horde. I don't know what it is. Maybe they're increasing the amount of hordes. I think they said it's called Unrelenting Horde. So I do need to try that out. But when there's downtime, and downtime is in what's going on with Space Marine 2, where right now the game kind of isn't in a good state for me to play it anyway, I figure I just go to I just do Warframe just because there's never any trouble with Warframe. Warframe is a pick up and go game kind of thing, but I do know that it is hard for new players to try and get into Warframe. I don't think I'd be able to convince anyone to get into Warframe, especially considering I'm a closed beta player. I have so much experience with this game. I don't think I can convince someone to pick up this game who've never tried it, just because the amount of times that the developers, DE, have switched, Digital Extremes have switched up the way the tutorial works and the intro works. I've played, I think it was 4 different variations of the intro, and there's just it changes way too often that I can see why it's hard for the game to retain new players. The game is easy to retain old players like me. Once an update comes, like the 1991 update, when that comes, I am definitely going to start making some videos on that, because that is going to be a huge update, and I believe they said it's in January of next year. So I am definitely looking forward to that. Apparently you can even romance the characters they're including in there, so I'm definitely going to be going after Nyx. Nyx is my OG Warframe right after Excalibur. In fact, Nyx was my first true Prime. Although my first Prime Warframe was not Rhino, Frost. For some reason, I can't remember why, but for some reason I deleted Frost Prime from my inventory to make room for another Warframe. And this was way before I figured out they were going to start vaulting frames and bringing them back for limited time. I mean, I can certainly try and go into the marketplace and the trading and just pick up Frost Prime from someone who has the blueprints for it, but yeah, that was kind of stupid on me. I mean, I've deleted some Vandal weapons I've had that I can no longer acquire, so that really sucks. That really sucks. So now I just hold on to anything and everything I have now. Got tons of Prime weapons, got tons of Prime frames. I got a couple of duplicate Warframes for some reason. I got 2 Lokis, and I don't know why. I don't even like using Loki. My OG frame was Excalibur. Then my first true Prime was Nyx. I still have the original Nyx Prime. I still have a loadout that's from years and years and years back before they updated all the cosmetics. So she's my favorite. So I definitely look forward to seeing how her romance will work in the 1991 update. But besides that, I do want to try and start branching out a bit on my content. I am a big Warhammer fan. I mean, I know more about Warhammer lore than I do Warframe lore, just because of how, well, to me, even though I've been playing this game for years, the Warframe lore is just as, to me, it feels more as complex as Metal Gear Solid's lore. And speaking of Metal Gear Solid, I mean, I'm definitely going to start doing stuff on Snake Eater Delta when that comes out, because, oh man, I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. I'm a huge Metal Gear fan, huge Legend of Zelda fan. I would love to play a completely remastered version of Ocarina of Time. I would love to see something like that, but definitely going to be doing Metal Gear Delta. I will be doing Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. It's been years since I played any of the Tenkaichi games. The last Tenkaichi game I played was number 2, I believe, and I always played it with my cousin and just regular good old split screen. So I'm excited for or Sparking Zero to come out. Although I have seen videos of it from people who've gotten early access to it and playing demos of it. And to be frank, Sparking Zero's graphics do kind of remind me of Dragon Ball Legends, which is a mobile game. But I won't say anything more on it until I get my hands on it. But I do look forward to that. Let's see what else. Obviously, the rest of the roadmap for, or the battle map as they call it, for Space Marine 2. I just really want them to patch the performance issues going on with it so I can start going back to making that. I wanted to make another video mostly focused on Black Templars this time around, because I really liked the Blood Angels video I did yesterday, but the gameplay footage for Space Marine 2 when I was trying to make that Blood Angels video was difficult just because of how often everything freezes when you're attacking, and the horde kind of makes it difficult to try and parry. Although some people are saying that the parry's gotten easier, but everyone is kind of universally just saying the same thing. The performance issues are really starting to take a toll on trying to enjoy the game just normally. So for now, take a break from it. I'm hoping that it's only maybe another week or so before those issues get patched and then can go back to a regular scheduled program. Until then, I think maybe the next video might be another Warframe video, might be something else, might be Space Marine 2, who knows. Can't wait to see what happens though. So until next time, see you guys around.